if you're new to the channel, my name is Mommy Nye. I was expecting a baby girl April 11th. She actually was born April 6th, literally a week early. Like, I knew she would come because my firstborn did the same. And as you can see by the title, I want to share with you guys my home birth story while I try to get this head together because it's needed. On Wednesday, April 6th, I actually started contracting about 5 p.m. in the evening. And I really, honestly, crazy enough, y'all, I didn't even know that I was contracting. How, might you ask? No, but only because of the simple fact that with my firstborn, my water actually broke and I didn't even have contractions. Like, they had to put me on Pitocin and everything in order for me to start contracting. At this point, you know, I am realizing, like, okay, well, clearly, yeah, it is a week early. I know she should be coming. So let me try to rest to see if these contractions might go away with rest. Well, they didn't. And I just knew at that point, like, yeah, all right, well, let's start preparing for baby girl to come because time is limited. So about 7 p.m., I called my midwife to let her know what was going on. And, you know, she basically told me to just relax, continue to do what I was doing. And, you know, make sure to start timing the contractions and just let them start getting a little more steady before we try to make up any plans or do anything specific. So, okay, cool. I called Will because he was at work and he works about 40 minutes from the house. So I let him know, like, hey, it's showtime. So you might as well start making your way home so we can get ready and get prepared and do the things that we have to do in order for a baby girl to come. So I'm just going about, you know, Will gets home. I do try to eat. I'm trying to rest as much as possible because technically the contractions were getting a little harder, but they were still bearable. I could still kind of move here and there a little bit and try to take care of the things that I need to. But, you know, Will was home to be very helpful with Nolan and just get us situated for the night, get things ready that we need to get ready for labor and delivery. So, and that happened between the hours of, honestly, maybe like 7 p.m. and 12. Around 12 a.m., I'm like, okay, well, the cramps are getting harder as I'm trying to, like, you know, do a little bit of work in the kitchen and cleaning up and, you know, just doing certain things around the house that I really wanted to complete and get done. I really had to stop at times and just get my life together because, wow, those contractions was getting worse and worse and my water still hadn't broke. So around 12, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, let me just get some rest and go shower and just chill out. Now, went to go shower, but as soon as I sat down to use the bathroom before I took the shower, like I said, immediately the contractions just got worse. And then I had to poop. Sorry if that's TMI, but hey, it is what it is. If you know, you know. And then when I went to go wipe, I had bloody show. So I'm like, oh goodness, like, yeah, if I thought I had a little more time or if I thought it was just, you know, no, it is what it is. So I called a midwife again, letting her know, like, yeah, the contractions are still not super steady. They're not 4 or 5 minutes apart, lasting about an hour yet, but I know they are getting more intense. Yeah, so, you know, and I just used the bathroom and it was bloody show. So she was like, okay, yeah, that's, you know, perfectly normal or whatever. Just go ahead and continue to, you know, count your contractions for about 45 minutes more and then call me to see, you know, what's going on. So I did. And of course, like, you know, I hopped in the shower and even during my shower, the contractions were just kind of getting a little more just I'm not gonna say unbearable, but the contractions most definitely were getting a little more intense. So I was able to manage the shower, and then after I got out the shower, it was real, like, you know, it just at that point it literally just ramped up even more. So I did call her back probably about, I want to say maybe 1:30ish to let her know, like, yes, the contractions are most definitely more steady. 4 to 5 minutes lasting a minute for about an hour has been the move. So she's like, okay, cool. You know, I'm getting ready to head out. I'll be there. I'll be to you. You know, it's about 35 minutes on the GPS. Okay, cool. So, like, I'm still waiting, you know, just still laboring, doing what I got to do. I did have my birthing ball. I was on my back and forth on my birthing ball, you know, trying to walk. Mostly the bent over position on all fours was really comfortable for me. She just had me feeling a lot of pressure down there, and it was really, really uncomfortable. But you know, I had my music going, I was on the bed, like I said, the birthing ball. And actually when they get here, they're supposed to set up the pool or whatever. Now the midwife did come about 2 o'clock in the morning, and she checked, you know, she got situated, and then she checked to see how, you know, how things were going down there. So when she checked, I was already 9 centimeters dilated. So she like, yeah, so we could be having the baby at any time at this point. So I'm like, oh well, so that means it's really kind of really no chance to be having a water birth, because they told me before it takes about either 40 or 45 minutes for the pool to be set up. So she like, yeah, no, it don't even make sense to try to get the pool set up. So honestly, I kind of felt like that was a little bit of a bummer, but at the same time, it was just like, well, not really, you know, you still gonna have this baby regardless. It'll be all right. So, you know, I just tried to stay positive about that. But yeah, so at this point, I'm not feeling the urge to push or anything like that. And the contractions, I will say at this point, we're getting worse. So, you know, after a while, with me just continuing to labor and I'm just kind of screaming out that it's just getting worse and worse, so on and so forth, she kind of made the suggestion to say, you know, let's go ahead and check. Like, let's go ahead and check the cervix to see what's going on down there, so we can make sure we're on the right path. Or mind you, I was only 9 centimeters, so maybe that's what could be holding me up. Maybe it's still some cervix left or whatever. So of course I was fighting it at first, because if you know, checking that cervix, that is nothing fun. So I was fighting it, just like, no, you know, let's just see. So she was like, well, I really think we should just check to see where we're at, because if you don't have any cervix left, then you can just go ahead and push. You are free to push with just each contraction and try to bring her down some more, get her out. So I'm like, okay, well, fine. So she checked, and I was 10 centimeters dilated. No more cervix was left, but she did say that my bag of water was just kind of sitting right there, like she was able to feel it. So she gave me like 3 options. Honestly, y'all, I think I only remember 2. So the 2 options either was to have my water broken, or I can still try to push through, you know, push through the contraction and get the water out, you know, bust the water or whatever. And I tried that. I did try that at first, because I was kind of nervous about my water being broken, but which I don't know why. But so I did try to push through each contraction, and it was not working. Like, that mess was so uncomfortable. It was super painful. And I kept saying that, like, oh my God, it's uncomfortable, it hurts, it's painful. And they like, listen, comfort is not going to come until you have her. So you might as well just try to get her out. So I tried, like I said, I tried to push through those contractions, but it was not working out. So she went ahead. I just gave her to go ahead and bust my water. That, it felt so relieving, because it was just like, dude, like, why is this ever this difficult? So after the water broke, you know, contraction's still there, but at this point I most definitely am getting the urge to push now. When I say that was the best thing that I could have let her do, it would have just kept being prolonged, because my water wasn't broke yet. So after she broke my water, it just really felt so relieving. And I don't know why I was so scared in the first place to just have it done, but either way, it felt so good. And once that water broke, it was on and popping. So I'm pushing. How many pushes I did? Honestly, I can say I didn't do no more than 10 pushes to get her out. I most definitely felt that ring of fire when I felt her head coming out. Now, beforehand, I don't know, maybe if the Pitocin was just too intense and it just felt really good to try to push him out, because I really felt like, you know, with my firstborn, he was about to come on my butt. So I don't know if I really just didn't realize or really feel it like that, but they were actually stretching me. And with my firstborn, I was on my back too. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but that ring of fire though, oh my God, like, that mess, I don't wish that on nobody, because what in the world? That ring of fire is serious. But I will say, if you are having a home birth, or, you know, even in a hospital, or prepare yourself, try to do some research. They have this compress that they can put down there with some herbal teas that really help, you know, to prevent tearing. And it really did. Because when I say, y'all, I pushed her out, I was screaming, trying to get her out, get that head to come out. But afterwards, I was good. And when they checked me and they said I had little bleeding and I didn't tear, y'all do not know how happy I was about that. Like, it was so, I don't know, I just felt great postpartum. And it's so different with my firstborn because I really didn't. Like, I felt like crap afterwards. I had a 2nd-degree tear with my firstborn. But when I finally did get her out, you know, they did make sure that she was good, make sure everything looked okay, and then pass her to me through my legs because I was on all fours trying to push her out, which was awesome. That was really my goal, to really try to get her out on all fours. And afterwards, they let us have our golden hour as a family of 4. Like, they wasn't super thirsty about checking her weight, checking her, you know, length, and all this extra stuff that they would do in the hospital, you know, either trying to rush through it or keeping you away from your family and getting her skin to skin between the mom and dad and stuff like that. So they let us have our golden hour, and literally Nolan woke up 15 minutes after she was born. So he was asleep the entire time that I had labored, which was awesome. Like, I really couldn't ask for just like a better scenario. Like, it was awesome. Now, if he had woke up, my cousin would have been in town. She did come in town to help us out just in case we needed it, which would have, you best believe I would have been on the phone quick, like, hello, yeah, can you come through and help me out with Nolan? Because as loud as I was, actually, I thought at one point, I thought I was gonna wake him up. That's how loud I was being. But you know, he does sleep with a fan, so that kind of probably drowned out most of the sound. It really was a really awesome experience. I had to be able to pee, and I had to be able to eat something that was considered like my discharge. I was actually able to shower afterwards, like, and it wasn't no just luxurious, oh, you know, take all day in the shower. No, I just did like a nice little rinse off just to get the pregnancy sweat and gook off. But it was really an awesome experience, guys. I would recommend 10 out of 10 for sure. And I don't plan on having any more kids, but if I did happen to, you know, wind up pregnant again, I most definitely would have a home birth all over again. Like, it was really, really a great experience, guys. And we have our happy, healthy baby. So I thought I'd just share that with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your experiences with a home birth. Like this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more, you know, content coming, more about baby stuff, motherhood, toddlerhood, all of the 9. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.